John Barry, NBA analyst for the Mothership, set to fly to Cleveland as we get ready for Game 3. He joins us now. John, how are you this morning?
What do you say, Dan?
Well, I'm just trying to understand concussion protocol here in the NBA, and I didn't know if you ever had a concussion.
Probably, but I don't think they care.
You weren't good enough for them to care?
Partly that, and partly the NBA. I don't think we really addressed the subject of concussions.
But when it comes to Kevin Love and being in concussion, do you expect him to play in Game 3?
I don't think so. You know, I mean, I know he flew with him yesterday. I know that would be the easier way to do it. He could be on a plane where he could walk around, lie down, do whatever he had to do. But I mean, the way he walked out, what people are saying, I would imagine this has got to be a couple-day process at least.
All right, you go back home. You expect the bench to play a little better, the home crowd. But why would this change dramatically that Cleveland all of a sudden finds out how to play basketball?
I don't know that it will. I don't think the Warriors have played their best basketball either. That's what's scary. I mean, they haven't had to use Curry or Thompson really to have a big game to win. I mean, it was Draymond Green in Game 2. It was Sean Livingston and Barbosa off the bench in Game 1. So I believe the Warriors can play better. They've played sloppy. They've turned the basketball over and not played their best. Cleveland's got to find something on both ends of the floor. I mean, they can't shoot the ball. You know, the three ball is not there. I mean, everything they did in the first 3 rounds of the Eastern Conference, they've not been able to do any of it. And so I guess that's an indictment of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I don't know if we build up like this false power here with Cleveland. Cleveland's a good team, but man, there's a big difference between the best team, defending champs, and the second best team. Well, maybe it's Oklahoma City's the second best team in the NBA, and the Spurs might be the third, but I'm just surprised that Cleveland can't find a rhythm, can't find an offense. It doesn't feel like they know exactly if they want to be small ball or big ball. You're not supposed to get to the finals and still be scratching your head trying to search for answers here, John.
Yeah, no, it's very surprising. I mean, if you go back and look last year, they had a 2-1 lead with LeBron James and you and I and whoever. I mean, he had nobody with him. And I know his numbers were crazy, but, you know, he's got Kyrie Irving. He had Kevin Love in Game 1. You know, 20 minutes of Kevin Love in Game 2, he really wasn't effective at all either. So I don't know why you can't even really be in ball games. It just doesn't make sense. The offense is just kind of LeBron by himself pounding it, or it's Kyrie Irving pounding it. And all the ball movement, all the things that they've done, they've not been able to do. And the Warriors have to get some credit. I love the way they're defending. I mean, they're trying to post LeBron, and I liken this to a rookie quarterback in the NFL getting all these different looks from a defense. And they're throwing different looks. They're double-teaming from the top. They're coming from the bottom. They're coming off first dribble. They're coming off the pass. And they've got LeBron confused. If you watch LeBron a lot, you see him, particularly in the Eastern playoffs, just zooming passes cross-court right on the money to three-point shooters. I don't recall seeing any in this series. I think the Warriors are doing a great job of disguising their defense.
Is LeBron better without stars around him, as strange as that's going to sound?
Well, his numbers are going to be better, but in the end, can you win by yourself? And I think it was a perfect example of that last year in the finals, that for 3 or 4 games, he was absolutely incredible, but he tired out. And it's just too much of a load for one guy to beat a good basketball team.
But does he need to be more selfish? Like, you can't put up 17 shots. He's got to still get 25 shots at least. He's got to, put somebody in foul trouble, get to the line. I don't know. And I really thought that I don't want to say that they just gave up, but they certainly lost their competitiveness in the fourth quarter of Game 2. I hate to use the word quit, but, I mean, this is LeBron's team. This is your moment. You want to show you're the most valuable player. This isn't the way you go down.
Right. Well, it goes back to the conversation that he's more Magic Johnson than he is Michael Jordan. Right? I mean, he'd rather be a facilitator in the end than be a guy that takes 30, 35 shots. I mean, how many times does Michael Jordan take 30, 35 shots? All the time.
Yeah.
LeBron James, I would love to know how many times in a game he's taken over 30 shots. I bet it's a handful.
Yeah, but Magic was a cold-blooded killer, too. So he was a facilitator, but, he
in
wanted
a different way, though. In a different way. He was never a guy that was going. He had the one game. He had 40 points when he played center against the Sixers in '81, or whatever that was, '80. But other than that, I mean, do you ever remember huge scoring nights from Magic?
Well, he didn't have
he would
to
be aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, you can be aggressive in a way that the pass is the only thing you can do. But LeBron, he's in the post. He had Steph Curry on him in the post in Game 1 4 or 5 times, and he kicked it out the 3-point shooter. Yeah. Now, that's not good basketball. I want him shooting the basketball when he's in the paint, when he has anybody on him, much less Steph Curry.
John Barry, the mothership, calling the NBA Finals for ESPN Radio. More likely to be a 4-game sweep or go 6 games?
6? Well, what happened to 5?
Well, I'm taking 5 out of it.
We go right to 6?
Yes, because it's either Cleveland loses in Game 3 and they'll mail it in Game 4, or they'll win in Game 3 and then pull out a victory, another victory, and make it go 6.
Well, I'm not going all the way to 6. I'm going to 5 if Cleveland wins Game 3.
Oh, even if Cleveland wins Game 3? Oh, you want to go back home?
well, San Francisco Golf Club and nice tracks out there.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's
no, but I said 5 before the series, and it all comes down when you're down 2-0 to Game 3. And you're right. If they don't win Game 3, very difficult for Cleveland to get up for Game 4, and it's more than likely a sweep.
We keep talking about LeBron's legacy. That if you go 2-4 in the NBA final, I mean, does it matter if he ends up 2-6 in the NBA finals in his career?
No, I don't think you put it on him. I mean, I don't know if you saw Jerry West's comments, but obviously Jerry's on his side since Jerry was 1-8.
Yeah.
But no, I don't put it on him. The only one I would say in these finals that he's played in was the Dallas series, that he was not good. I mean, that was a guy I didn't recognize. And if you remember that series, he was just a deer in headlights, and it was the pressure that got to him, and he didn't play basketball worth a darn. And other than that, no, I don't put it on him. He got remember you and I worked together in 2007. That was the worst team ever in the finals.
Yeah.
The Cleveland team.
Yep.
So it's his fault that they don't win?
Well, I think now that he's orchestrated teams, it's different than, what he did against San Antonio was incredible just to get there. That's right. That's a credit to him, but I think it's a knock when you look at you orchestrated lineups and you maneuvered, you partnered with buddies, you got a coach fired, then it's more on you now. So, he's got to take some knocks with this.
Okay, so you're saying outside of the basketball itself, not him the player, him being the guy behind the move.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, so did he not want Andrew Wiggins, I guess? He wanted to get the Kevin Love trade done. So how would this team be if they had Andrew Wiggins up against the Warriors?
They would be better with Andrew Wiggins than they would Kevin Love.
You think so?
Yes, Wiggins can play both ways. I mean, he's a transition guy. He can defend. He's better suited to today's NBA.
Yeah, okay, well, so the Warriors are pretty good at small ball, too.
I don't mean to yell at you.
I'm not. I'm okay.
Okay, but my bad.
But I'm saying, so I saw a number that the small lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers right now are just getting annihilated by the small lineup of the Warriors. So why do teams continue to do this? I know OKC did it a little bit, but OKC is really good. And they have a lot better players than Cleveland that are around their stars. But why do you play small? I don't understand why teams try to do this.
I said the same thing from the beginning. Don't try to be Golden State because you'll never be better than Golden State in that style. So do something different. That's why I loved Oklahoma City. They played a different style. And
Cantor and Adams.
Yes.
They played big. They played big, but they had a small lineup too that was good. But for the most part, yes, the big lineup, they pounded the Warriors. They beat them on the glass. They beat them on the interior. And they should have won that series, let's be honest.
Yep.
They were the better team for more minutes than the Warriors were.
Any pressure on the NBA to have their stars play in the Olympics? Like, how's this going to play out with guys backing out of the Olympics?
I don't think so. I mean, do real, true NBA fans care about the Olympics as far as basketball? Because it was always the college kids prior to what, 92 when they started this.
Well, I think we only care about the end result.
Just win. It doesn't matter who's there.
Yeah.
Right?
But
so
are they going to get criticized? If we don't win the gold, do then guys like Steph Curry and whoever else doesn't play, do they then get criticized?
I don't think so. I really don't. I don't know. I just for me, I was always a bigger fan, and obviously '92 was unbelievable, the greatest team ever assembled. But after that, I really lost interest in it. I never really watched after '92. I liked it better when it was the college kids.
Yeah, I like the amateur status, but we panicked in '72 when the Soviets beat the U.S. team. And then we're like, this is our game, and we're losing a gold medal here, and our pride's at stake here. And then we ended up beating everybody by 40, and then we're like, okay, order restored here. I'd much rather have us go in and compete against these teams with younger kids. I don't know, get a feel good story out of this instead of just how many did we win by? 32. Oh, what's wrong with us?
Well, I think we can still, field a team that should be able to go over there and win.
You might have to suit up, John.
It's in Brazil. I'll go.
It's all about you. Hey, safe travels to Cleveland. Always great to talk to you. Stay out of trouble.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that's John Barry.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.